Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the most magical podcast in the Midwest, the Magic in the Midwest podcast, starring USA Today best-selling author J.B. Michaels and his more successful wife, Ashley Michaels. And now, your hosts. Well, thank you, announcer. Just excited for 71, which is a perfect number, Ash, to have. Ash.
Why is 71 perfect?
Because today we're going to be talking about the announcements and lead-ups and all sorts of hype and buzz heading towards Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary, which Disney World opened in 1971.
Oh, look at that. What a little perfect thing that happened
I
there.
know. Isn't that just great? We planned it.
All of my trips to the ER.
71. Yes, 71 and the 71st episode of the Magic in the Midwest podcast. Again, I am J.B. Michaels. I write a lot of books, and one of which is coming out very soon, which is Why the F Do I Need Life Insurance? So that is coming out very soon. Look out for that, guys. It'll be free for everyone to read, which is exciting. So Why the F Do I Need Life Insurance coming out very soon. I also write a bunch of cozy mysteries and supernatural action adventures and holiday thrillers. I mean, there's a lot of imagination to go around in the collected works of JB. So check out those books at MrMichaels.com, HarrisonandJamesPublishing.com, and anywhere books are sold. Look them up. So pretty cool. And also, thank you so much for those subscribers to our Bandcamp exclusive episodes. So if you go to magicinthemidwestpodcast.bandcamp.com, you guys, for $3 a month, you can support the podcast, support us and our dreams as we share a place that you love to dream and love to go to. So our bearded dragon is about to eat her dinner. So she's pretty cool looking. But anyway, so and then Ash, we have met lots of great people through the podcast. One of whom is
Emily, and she is a travel agent that specializes in Disney vacations and also Universal and Disney Cruise Line. So if you're looking to book a trip or want more information, she is definitely the person that you want to get in touch with. The best way to get in touch with her is via email. Her email is emily@magicalmousetravel.com, and she can do all the things for you.
Yes.
Book your dining and your tickets, your hotel, not your Fastpasses.
right.
Because Fastpass doesn't exist.
It does not exist anymore.
But no, she is super knowledgeable. I consider her a good friend. She's very nice. I like her a lot. She will be a great resource. And of course, her services are of no charge to you. And she will send you a no obligation quote. And she's just great. So if you're looking to book a trip, like I said, contact her. Emily@magicalmousetravel.com, and then just let her know that we sent you over.
Yes. Please let her know that we sent you so we know that we're having an impact. That would be good. There's really no other reason other than we're having an impact. We just want to know if we're helping her out,
Yeah.
Okay.
So guys, book a trip and go through Emily.
Yeah, Emily at Magical Mouse Travel.
Even if you're a seasoned traveler to Disney and you a lot of times book your own trips, think about at least booking your tickets through her or something else. It really helps out someone that's a independent. Is she independent? I don't know, a travel agent, whatever.
Right.
So
it's interesting. She had a lot of interesting things to say when we talked to her about Genie Plus. That it could shift her job as well, because people are now it's just going to be a different
Yeah, I mean,
different
it's one
thing.
of those things that will make the planning process different. I mean, for everyone, but then also definitely for people that do the planning as their job.
Yes.
Right. She don't have to book fast passes anymore. But I wonder if it'll be one of those things where she's contacted more while people are vacationing due to Genie Plus issues and that type of thing. So it'll be interesting to see how it shifts for her. Yeah, and everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have, it's an interesting time because Disney has been just kind of, a slew of not so great announcements. Magical Express cancellation, Fastpass Plus cancellation. Nighttime fireworks, nighttime shows not being around yet. I mean, as far as like Fantasmic still has not been announced coming back.
I love Fantasmic.
We don't know if it's coming back. We don't know what's going on. And there's just, so there's still some things that have been just a lot of bad, announcements, and then announcements that really kind of hit your wallet. In different ways, and then you've got the Galactic Star Cruiser, which everyone is balking at the price, which is a 2-night experience for $6,000 for a family of 4 or something. It's crazy, right? It's supposed to be hyper planned, and you have to be totally on board for the experience you're going to have, which is something Disney's never done before, but still. People are talking about how, everybody was at the price of that. And then, of course, Genie Plus being, expensive as well. Mm-hmm. So just all these sort of negative announcements. And then, you have this 50th anniversary celebration coming up, which Disney is calling the world's most magical celebration. Starting on October 1st. So they've got all these different announcements that they're making now after they sort of announced that, I guess pass holders are coming, annual passes are coming back to October now. We've just learned.
Can they already be there? You can purchase them now, or no, they're coming?
No, I think they're coming back then.
Okay, gotcha.
Remy's Ratatouille Adventure is going to be opening October 1st. Over in Epcot in the France Pavilion. And it's been announced that Remy's Ratatouille Adventure will be virtual queue only.
Okay.
So you cannot, you have got to book your hopefully you get a boarding group, at some point. So, maybe moving forward, newer attractions are just going to be virtual queues for the first year or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it will depend on how popular they are. Rise of the Resistance, because of what it is, I feel like it's just wildly popular.
Yeah.
Will Ratatouille stay at that same level? I don't know as long.
I think so? Remy's Ratatouille Adventure in France is the most popular ride, especially at Disney Studios. France. Well, I guess it's supposed to be a fantastic ride.
Well, yeah. I'm just, I feel like Star Wars is such a giant thing. It'll be interesting to see if it stays virtual queue for as long as Rise of the Resistance does.
Well, if you think about it, there's no attraction.
I know.
Near it.
There isn't.
If we're talking about World Showcase, France is basically, it's far from Norway, very far.
Yeah,
and it's very far from Mexico.
I think it's good that they're keeping it virtual queue, because just the way the World Showcase. So, you don't want this line going out into, you know what I mean? I hope that they keep it. I don't know.
Well, it's an interesting thing that you say that, because I think I also know why they're going to do virtual queue at first.
Why?
Because that's the international gateway.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So you're going to have this huge influx of people coming from the Skyliner. Mm-hmm. Okay? So you've got the Skyliner that connects there. So you've got Pop Century, Art of Animation, Riviera Caribbean, all flowing into Epcot right near Remy's Ratatouille Adventure.
And that area that you enter in through isn't very wide.
Right.
It's pretty
and then
narrow,
you enter,
actually.
so you're going to be entering there, you're going to want to go right to Remy's. Well, you can't do that because you need to get into a virtual queue. You got to get a boarding group.
Yeah.
So, and I know that the area that the ride is in, it's like set further back in France, and there's this whole big, it's like almost a block long of where you actually get on the ride. So, it's pretty, they have accounted for the fact that there'll be lots of people in that area.
Yeah.
I think. But
I hope so.
But,
I just hope that you can still enjoy France. If you're not getting on the ride, are you still able to go about in that pavilion?
Well, what I'm interested in is where are the strollers going to go?
Where are the strollers
Because,
gonna go?
yes, because we know as soon as we leave Mexico, the strollers start
everywhere.
already.
And I get it,
because
guys.
of Frozen Ever
Everyone
After.
knows how I feel about Frozen, but I don't like that. It makes me want to avoid Norway. Not as much as it's not as bad as it used to be. I feel like it's a little bit better. But even now, because of COVID, at least when we were there, the Frozen line stretched back into China. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's what it has to do. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, that's, it wouldn't happen if it weren't for COVID. But when Frozen first opened, there was a 5-hour wait. They didn't do a virtual queue yet.
Right.
But it just, it takes over the pavilion and then, flows into the next pavilion. And it's just that's just the way the World Showcase is. So now I feel like now we're going to have this over here.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
It annoys me a little. It doesn't mean I'm not excited about the ride and I don't want to go on it. I just, I don't feel like that's how it was built with any of that in mind initially.
Right.
And now we're just trying to jam IP in there and, the strollers will just overflow somewhere.
Well, and then they were going to do the Mary Poppins attraction at the UK.
I'm so upset that they're not doing that.
So, which would be that whole area, would again be
Part of me
filled.
feels like that's why they're not doing it.
Yeah, maybe they're going to see how Remy's goes. Because they have the Skyliner there, the International Gateway, everything. So, and I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody. We should talk to your brother. I don't know if he came into Epcot that way. Maybe he did.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he said he rode the Skyliner.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if he rode the Skyliner right into Epcot and how was it getting in that way?
Yeah.
Was
I'll
it?
have to ask him.
Yeah, we'll have to see. So you got Remy's Ratatouille Adventure opening. Disney just did this half-hour long video about how they're changing Splash Mountain into Princess and the Frog. That's not going to be for a while. That's not a 50th anniversary thing. But another big thing, which I don't think people were super worried about, was Happily Ever After being, shut down. So
It did surprise me, though. I was surprised that it wasn't going to come back. I mean, they kept Wishes for over 20 years or 20 years.
Yeah.
And this one was...
18 years.
Everyone was so excited about this one, and it was real. I mean, I loved the song.
Yeah.
And the concept. I think it was really hard for a lot of people to see. But
Yeah.
it was so cool. I mean, it was such a neat show. So I'm surprised that they're not bringing it back. Honestly, I was surprised by that.
Well, here's an interesting thing. I wonder. So this is the segue. Disney is announcing at Magic Kingdom Park there's a whole all new nighttime spectacular called Disney Enchantment. Mm-hmm. Okay. So from the pictures that Disney has posted on the blog, it does not appear that the castle will feature projections that will move constantly and have different characters, and the projections being a big part of the experience. So I'm wondering if they had so many people complain about the fact that they couldn't see what was going on the castle with the projections, that they were like, that was maybe a mistake. Let's just drop it. Because these pictures show the castle being different colors and having different color schemes. There'll still be projections. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it will be as character heavy and very specific to different parts of the castle, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Right?
In theory.
In theory, but when you were standing on Main Street, you couldn't see everything.
Yeah.
And I think that was a big part of maybe why they decided, they should do something different for the 50th. That's alone, that's enough of a reason.
Yeah.
But I do know that many people were like, Happily Ever is cool, I guess, if you could see. Because there's lots of elements that are on the bottom part of the castle and other parts of the castle that people just couldn't see.
Yeah, and I think, when we would watch Wishes, sometimes we wouldn't even go in front of the castle. We would watch from the side or somewhere else, and you sort of had that flexibility to do that, which was really nice. And if people were doing that really crappy thing that I hate where they lift their kids up on their shoulders.
Or have a balloon right in front of your face.
Or try to live stream it, and all you can see is their phone, buffering.
Right, right.
That you didn't really notice as much because you were just looking up. And all it takes is for the person in front of them to do it, and then they do it, and then everyone all the way back can't see anything. And it's super frustrating, especially when you wait there for such a long time. So, maybe.
Yeah. Well, here's what they officially say about Disney Enchantment. Okay. Begins October 1st. More details. Here we go. This all-new spectacular inspires everyone to believe in magic with captivating Disney music, enhanced lightning, not lightning lights, enhanced lighting, immersive projection effects. Okay.
See, I still feel like they're going to do it.
No, I don't think they are. It says you could be right, but I don't think so. It says immersive projection effects that extend for the first time down Main Street, USA. So I think they'll just be color schemes.
Extend down Main Street for the first time.
Yes.
Oh, maybe on the buildings and stuff on Main Street.
Yeah, there's a picture of it. Yeah, see?
See, I still think, maybe they're just going to involve all of the buildings and people are going to feel like it's happening all around them and it makes people feel like it's a better spot no matter where you are.
Right. And I don't think there'll be very character-specific things happening on the castle.
So even though it says very immersive, that's the only thing that makes me think maybe...
Well, maybe the characters would then be on
multiple
Main
places,
Street.
And you're going to see some of it, and you're not going to see some of it no matter where you are. Right? It's not like the front is the only place to be.
Right, well...
Right? So if they do characters, they're going to do them maybe...
I really don't know.
I hope they don't do characters. Personally, just because...
Well, here's what it says. Here's the rest of it. So it's going to be interesting. So I like the immersive projection effects that extend all the way down Main Street. That's cool. That'll be really neat. Because maybe they're trying to figure maybe people shouldn't feel like they have to be right in front of the castle. They could be on Main Street further back. And
no matter where you are,
it.
You're going to see some things and not other things or whatever.
Right.
Better than others.
Right. Yeah. I think, well, we'll see. So, and then it says, it says, and an emotional original song entitled You Are the Magic by 7-time Grammy winner Philip Lawrence. And throughout the show, stunning fireworks fill the sky, providing a great experience for guests throughout the park and neighboring resort hotels. So from that, it really, we'll see. I think if we go on, I feel like there's more that we're going to see.
I'm happy about that change.
But I am not happy. There's other things that I know you're not going to be real thrilled with.
Well, it's okay.
Well, here we go. So it says, and this is a quote from the Mark Renfro show director. He said, "Since opening day in 71, dazzling fireworks shows have provided that perfect exclamation point at the end of a fantastic day at Magic Kingdom Park. From Fantasy in the Sky and Wishes," if everybody remembers, Fantasy in the Sky was one of the original fireworks shows that at Magic Kingdom Park, from the 70s and 80s and 90s. Wishes to holiday spectaculars and Happily Ever After, each new show has raised the bar, and the best is yet to come. I can't wait for everyone to see what we're creating with Disney Enchantment. Okay, this is where I take this is where I think a lot of the comments are focusing on, too.
Okay.
Okay, it says, in Disney Enchantment, we join dreamers like Tiana, Miguel, Rapunzel, and brothers Ian and Barley from Onward, and we set out on an incredible journey with adventurers such as Moana, Raya, and Judy Hopps.
Okay.
So none of that, to me, screams 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
That screams, let's look at the movies we put out in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
That I have problems with. I don't care about any of those characters except for, like, I mean,
I don't dislike
the characters, but it's also
I feel like it's a time to be nostalgic. It's a time to go back to the classics. That's the whole point of an anniversary to me. And it's fine to celebrate new things too. But if that's going to be your main focus, that seems off. It seems off of the theme for me. But, I also feel like there are other agendas. I'm not going to make any comments, but it feels like there's. It just to me when you celebrate an anniversary, though, what is it about?
What I don't like about this particular angle is, I'm sorry, Disney World is not Disney animation.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, this is something that should be in Hollywood Studios.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Like, Hollywood Studios already has an animation celebration show on Grauman's Chinese Theater and everything.
Right.
This sounds like it's ripped from that. Like, it's like, I don't get that. This is Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary. Not, let's take characters from 5 years who had nothing to do with Walt Disney World and put them in this show.
So what would you like to see? If it were up to you, what would you find the most appropriate?
I think you are celebrating an anniversary, so focus on different lands in the park itself.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Go to Magic Kingdom Park and do Tomorrowland and have Buzz and have, have different characters that would fit with Tomorrowland.
Okay.
And Space Mountain and do something like that.
It doesn't seem super thought out.
And then go to Fantasyland and do Small World type things.
Well, I guess you could argue, though, not Moana, but like if Tiana is going to become Splash Mountain, right? There's that.
Yeah, no, I don't have any... I'm not... What I'm taking umbrage with... Ian and Barley from Onward? Who the hell... What?
I know.
Some of these characters I really like, but for a 50th anniversary, these are the characters that brought Disney World 50 years?
Yeah, that's the part.
Brought us to this point?
And this isn't all about being, not liking new characters or any, whatever. You're right. It doesn't align for me either.
That is, as I'm reading this, I'm just like, I'm a little like, where are we going?
Right, and it's
this?
not about likes or dislikes, right? It's just about the content and really what we're celebrating. It's like we kind of lost sight of that a little bit, and we just hand-picked certain things that would, I don't know. It feels
anyway,
right, like we're gonna push this.
Joe Gardner from Disney and Pixar's Soul takes us into the zone, which, by the way, is Soul like a beloved classic?
I know a lot of people liked it.
I haven't even seen it.
I really wanted to like it a lot, and the plot was not super strong.
Okay.
For me personally, I didn't think it was horrible. I also just didn't think it was amazing. And before everyone, pause so you can gasp again, I also didn't love Inside Out. But for reference for you, I liked Inside Out more. Yeah,
interesting. Yeah, I don't know. To me, okay, the characters are fine. I guess
it's not a judgment of the characters like in themselves. It's more about what
it shouldn't be character based.
Yeah, well, I feel like everything they do now is character-based.
It doesn't have to be character-based. We don't have to promote Disney Plus while we're doing Disney Enchantment.
Is it really even a promotion? The characters sell themselves. Everyone loves the characters. Everyone loves the movies. I get it. But I just feel like under certain management or direction, if you will, this decision would have never been made. And I don't want to jump to conclusions.
There is nothing, I'm sorry, but in the grand story of Walt Disney World Resort, okay, these characters are a blip.
I know.
Like the ones that they've all said, they're all the last couple years.
And I know that everybody it's like, I just this is just a misstep.
It's a complete and utter marketing move. This is what it is. It's marketing.
Okay.
And that's what bothers me. It's that why does the Nighttime Spectacular, where you already have everyone's money, okay? Mm-hmm. You already have everyone's money that's standing on Main Street and standing around the castle. Why is this a character-based show? Why can't Walt Disney World be the show? Why can't the Tiki Room be part of the show? Why can't the Pirates of the Caribbean be part of the show? The Haunted Mansion.
Should be a celebration of Disney World.
Yes, it should be a celebration of Disney World.
Not Disney animated films.
Not Disney animated films.
Because that's not what we're celebrating.
That we're trying to push that everybody get a subscription to Disney Plus because you can watch all of those films on Disney Plus. Like, that is, I'm sorry, it has nothing, none of this says this is Disney World's 50th anniversary.
None of it.
None of it.
Now, what have they done in years past? Like, they did a 25th? What was the celebration then? What was the firework nighttime show then?
It wasn't really anything different, the 25th. It was just...
So they kind of just kept the same...
It was just the birthday cake.
Right.
But Disneyland's 50th was called Remember Dreams Come True. And it was a celebration of Disneyland's past and present.
Disneyland.
Not
Disney movies.
Yes,
only.
not Disney movies only.
You can include Disney movies in part of it if you want. Fine. Like, there are things that are relatable if you want to draw them in. But it shouldn't be the primary only focus, saying we're focusing on this. And I don't want to jump to conclusions.
Well, this is what else it says.
On my jump to conclusions, Matt, for those of you that can catch that reference.
Right.
You can't.
No, I can't. Anyway, it's probably some, some thing you do. I don't know. All right, anyway, here we go. So, and then it says Soul, the guy from Soul takes us into the zone where we discover a whimsical world inspired by the style of legendary Disney artist Mary Blair.
Okay, well, that's better.
That's the one thing.
Okay.
And filled with beloved characters from classic stories like Beauty and the Beast and Alice in Wonderland to contemporary tales including Luca and Wreck-It Ralph. I mean, what the heck?
Yeah, I'm with you, honestly.
The only thing that is historical and someone who worked and the style made its way into Walt Disney World in the 70s is Mary Blair's artistic style. That's the only thing?
Guess so.
Sorry, guys. I did not know I would get this angry. I didn't even read... I'll be honest. This is the first time I'm reading this. So you're getting my first reactions to this.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
And then everything builds to a climactic moment as Tinkerbell takes flight, spreading shimmering gold pixie dust and empowering us all to believe in ourselves and the magic all around us. Disney Enchantment... Well, at least, of course, at least they have Tinkerbell. Disney Enchantment features characters, moments, and music from dozens of Disney and Pixar animated films. I don't care about any of that. I dump all that. Just take that whole sentence and put it in the frickin' toilet. This is not Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary show. This is not. This is a complete and utter marketing. Like, how can we cross-sell more toys, more movies, and more Disney Plus subscriptions? Just call it Disney Enchantment. And have it be the 50th anniversary. What a ridiculous thing I'm just sell our DVC membership. I'm so sick of them. The show takes us beyond the ordinary to a land of magic, where we're swept up in a world of wonder filled with friendship, love, and fun. Through it all, we'll discover that we only have to look within to find the power to believe and make dreams come true. Because the magic was inside us all along.
I mean, obviously, are most of the comments mirroring what you're saying here? I would think most of them are, right? You said there are comments. People...
Yeah, the Christopher on August 22nd, 2021 said, "I just wish it was a trip around the parks for the past 50 years with moments and sounds from the attractions and shows."
Yeah.
What is wrong with this company right now?
I mean, part of you has to think, like, this is Disney. They have some of the most creative, amazing people working for this company.
This not them.
This wasn't the top idea. This wasn't not thought through, like, oh, this makes sense. It was very much a pushed, like, agenda. This is what we want to accomplish here. Instead of, like, what are we actually celebrating? It's kind of mind-blowing that they just feel like they can, I mean, they just do it. They just don't care. We're just going to do it. This is what we want to do. Not they. I mean, meaning
no,
at the top,
you're right.
Right?
Disney,
not the Imagineers,
Disney
not the
Parks
people that
and
are...
Experiences. No, Disney Parks, Experiences, and Merchandising.
It's all about the merch.
Consumer products, sorry.
There's
Consumer
several people on the inside of Disney now. I mean, I'm not going to... Tips, maybe.
Yeah, tips.
That have just confirmed...
That everything is about revenue.
It's all about...
cross-selling and revenue.
People in the parks spending even more money. That they've gone from caring about guest experience to now just the bottom line. If you're there, we want you to spend even more money. And guess what? If you don't like to be upcharged and spend more money and you decide not to come, and you don't... You also check another box off of our list of complaints that the parks are too crowded. Like it's right. You saying I'm going to sell my DVC, they don't care about that. So you're not coming back. Great. Some 3 less people at the parks all the time. Sell it. Someone else will buy it. Someone else that wants to spend more money and doesn't care about all the things that really matter. Ultimately, that's why they've been able to make all these decisions. People keep coming back. People keep spending more money in the parks, and they can just basically do whatever they want.
What I think is, like, what the flagship park of the company, the flagship experience of the company, the signature nighttime spectacular for the 50th anniversary is some generic character-based thing called Disney Enchantment. When it should be a special show celebrating 50 years of Walt Disney World. Not here's
Rapunzel.
Pixar's movie that underperformed. Here's our latest Disney movie that underperformed. Here's our latest characters that have not been resonating as well as the other characters that we have known for years. They're just not. I don't hear anybody talking about how much they love, these newer characters. I mean, seriously.
The thing is, if you do, I mean, it's kind of not even relevant.
It's not even about the characters.
No. If you're going to have any characters involved, why isn't it Mickey? Why isn't
Where's Mickey Mouse?
Yeah.
Where's Mickey Mouse? Where's Donald Duck? Where's Goofy? Where's
Fab Five?
Minnie Mouse? The only thing we have is Tinkerbell
and Mary Blair.
So we are incapable of celebrating why people go to that park in the first place.
So we got to push movies that we just released.
Big Thunder Mountain. Okay? Splash Mountain.
Space
Mountain.
Haunted Mansion.
PhilharMagic.
Yeah.
Has characters. But I don't think any of the characters, they even mention it. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that's
this is an abomination. Like, this is terrible. And I hope that they probably deleted other people's comments. That guy's comment was at least the first comment. He basically said, I don't understand.
What are we celebrating? It's an anniversary.
This is not this is a celebration of the last 5 years of our Pixar and Disney films, which,
with the exception of Tangled. was slightly older.
Right, Rapunzel, Moana are like the oldest, I guess, and Wreck-It
But
Ralph.
Moana's not that old. I mean, 2016,
Oh,
2015, I don't know.
Which, believe me, guys, I'm not saying I don't like those movies or those characters, but I could care less about them. I don't want to see them at a Walt Disney World 50th anniversary. If they were all at the end and there were some cameos or something at the end of the show.
It shouldn't be the focus.
No. Instead, the focus is, what are we doing? And we know what it is. We know what it is because it's about synergy. It's about corporate synergy. It is not about actually celebrating what the Imagineers do, which is what Walt Disney World is.
Hashtag Bob Chapek sucks.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but this Josh DeMauro guy, too.
Yeah.
Everyone says, oh, he's so great. Is he?
Don't even get me started on people that like other people because of how it makes them feel.
Yeah.
That guy is charming. He says a lot of things that make people feel great. He, is well-spoken, but he's all part of it, too. And I think people are coming around to that. I think the longer people are around and they just see the decisions that are being made and announcements, it's like, how can you possibly stand behind either two of them? I mean, then there's other people involved too. But I mean, I just don't care how you come off. These are the decisions you're making. That's how I judge you.
The people that are going to be at Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary... Okay, the reason you go to Walt Disney World is to go on these world-class attractions and to feel that magic and be part of this carefully crafted experiences from start to finish. Mm-hmm. Those are why we go. The detail, the attention to detail. I'm sorry, but the animation studio is in California. It is not in Florida, where Walt Disney World is. And Disneyland's 50th show was fantastic. Like, I could listen to that soundtrack all day because it was a celebration of the park itself, of Walt's dream. Guess what, you guys? Walt was done with animation. By the time he got to the point where he was promoting Disneyland, he didn't care about the animation nearly as much as he cared about his park.
Yeah,
and his
it was sort
park
of like a
experiences.
stepping stone to what got him to this final idea.
He was like, hey, no, now I want to... And then it was Epcot. He wanted to do Epcot. But it was like this... Walt was pretty much done. Yeah, he still oversaw projects and was still part of the process in the animated films department. But really, his baby, at the end of the day, for the last part of his life, was the World's Fair, was creating attractions, audio animatronics, Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, the things that we all love and he touched that are in the park still that are classics that we should be celebrating. And you could be celebrating all of it. You could do, like, if, there could have been a section for the resort hotels.
Yep.
Like the monorail. There could have been the monorail guy's voice at one point in the show. I mean, it could have been... I could have put together a better show than this, corporate mandate. We got to make sure we put all our latest animated film characters up. Because
sell the merch.
We got to sell that merch that hasn't been selling because they're not as good as...
Because people don't want it.
Because they haven't had a big, huge hit as big as they did in the 90s in a very, very long time.
Well, Frozen. And then
Frozen was the biggest hit, and then after that, nothing is hit.
And they ruined it with Frozen 2. And if you disagree, come at me, because your taste in plots is bad.
Yeah, so not only do they... I'm sure you've noticed that I've soured as the podcast has gone on. Well, we started out saying they've put out a bunch of crappy announcements, and now the crappy announcement is Disney's Enchantment. How is that? If that was after the 50th, it was like, that's the next show, I would understand.
You know what I think we should do? I think you and I should put together a celebration of the 50th, a podcast that celebrates the actual
50th anniversary
of Disney World.
Yeah.
Like a little mini-series or just a longer podcast.
And there's going to be a show on ABC on October 1st. Special about Walt Disney World. I don't know, you guys.
I don't care about
There's
that.
a wealth of
That's not
stuff.
a replacement for what should be happening in the parks.
No, it's a...
Lately, it's like, I mean, think about all the things people... I mean, this is a very simple concept of what an anniversary is, or it's the anniversary of Walt Disney World, and they're very clearly missing the mark.
They're
like,
not.
blatantly.
They don't even
it's
care.
not an accident. It's blatantly just like, this is what we're doing, this is our focus. And they just, I mean, this comes after how many announcements that have been absolutely horrible of them just jamming this narrative down your throat that, you know, you're going to have a great time in the park if you don't purchase Genie Plus. I mean, I hope that's true, but I doubt it. And I don't think they care. I think they don't care if your experience is bad because you're either going to upgrade or you're not going to come back. Both benefit them.
And Harmonious is going to be the same crap, just in Epcot. Mm-hmm. It's going to be Disney characters.
I don't know why. I mean, people already know how I feel
I'm
about
sorry,
that.
I'm usually
and
not
the thing is,
this
guys,
negative.
I know the Frozen 2 thing. Everyone's gonna jump up my butt about that. If you like Frozen 2, good for you. We all like things that other people don't like or not very good. I'm gonna say it's not very good. I even watched the documentary on Disney Plus where they tried to explain their way out of how it used to be bad and it's less bad now. I don't even understand. But we all have different tastes. It's fine. But,
right.
But this is so off. It's like,
And
hello?
listen, like I said, it's not. I'm not taking umbrage with like
Moana.
the characters are great in and of themselves. That's
I
not
love
what I'm
Rapunzel.
saying.
She's one of my favorites.
But my big thing
This
is
doesn't
why
fit
what there are characters everywhere that are original to Walt Disney World.
Yep.
We could have done a lot of things with promoting your park. Promote the park. You know this is going to be shared everywhere. That's the other thing they know. They know that all of this is going to be shared worldwide on YouTube.
You're gonna watch all those movies if you haven't, because you're gonna want to know who those characters are and everything. It's not like.
But wouldn't you want to know what when you have, like, if they had a Wild West scene and you heard this rumbling train and they had a train going all the way down Main Street on the projection sides, all the way from the end of Main Street on the projection and go all the way up? And then have the whole castle look like Big Thunder Mountain because it's almost the same shape. Like I could have done this in my sleep, Disney.
Well, they could have done it too.
Oh my God,
it's not that they don't have the talent to do it. It's just a choice they've made to prioritize certain things.
It's a choice to, yes, that's what it is. You're right. No, you're right, Ash, and that's what really bothers me. Okay.
But I mean, right, your point is, yes, that's a great idea, and a lot of people can come up with these really great ideas, things they love about the parks. That's the whole point, it's the whole celebration. And, they just don't blatantly are like, nope, don't care. Don't care.
I don't, none of this description, though, which I'm looking back at it, none of it is talking about Disney World. Now, if it's some sort of thing, if all these characters are interacting with Disney World attractions or something,
maybe they are.
That would be different. But it doesn't say anything like that. It doesn't say anything like that. I don't know what it's going to do. Okay?
We don't know.
And Coco is fantastic.
Yeah.
Right?
One of my favorites.
Tangled is fantastic. Moana is fantastic. I'll be honest with you. Raya, not fantastic. Zootopia, not that fantastic.
I like Zootopia.
I liked it, but I wasn't like I need to see
It
Judy
does not
Hopps.
rank for me with Tangled, Moana, Coco.
And Tiana,
it's a different level for me.
Tiana, great character, but I cannot get through a movie. It's too long, and it's not that engaging, to be honest.
I really,
I tried.
I've never seen it. I tried to watch it. It was like a few months ago.
I went opening night. I dragged my family. I dragged everybody that would go with me. And I left the theater like, oh man, it felt really long. I said that to
Yeah,
everyone.
you know what?
I was like,
to
this
me, it was
movie felt
super
really long.
engaging in the beginning, and then it really dropped off, and I really was trying. But yes, I love her character. She's great. In the beginning about the restaurant, I was...
The whole
was into
aesthetic, the music,
Yeah, great.
like, there's great things about it, but
I wish
it just
there
didn't...
was a Tiana's
the
restaurant.
movie's
Are they
not
doing that
good.
somewhere? I feel like they are.
The movie's not good.
Didn't they say they were going to do a...
Yeah, I don't know.
That would
maybe.
be neat.
I don't know, you guys. Wreck-It Ralph, I'm sorry. It's not a classic.
No.
Wreck-It Ralph is good. It's
It
not
doesn't
great.
mean, you guys, do not take offense if you like these movies. We all have different tastes.
We like
I have
them,
very
too.
good friends that love Frozen 2 and make fun of me for not liking it. You have to understand, everyone has different
is our
tastes. But
only-
there's no
it's our
arguing that those movies are classic. And it's almost irrelevant anyways. The whole point is that this isn't a celebration of recent Disney movies. And it seems,
should be a celebration of Disney World.
I agree.
But
Out of
anyway,
everything that Walt has
sorry,
done.
we just got really. I'm sorry, we just went off on a rant. I just can't. I'm a guy, and I'm one of the suckers, right? I'll be the first one to tell you. I'm the sucker guy. I'm the guy that keeps coming back, and I go back for the nostalgia, right? But I also go back for Tron Light Cycle Run and Remy's Ratatouille Adventure.
Yeah, guys, he just
Right?
said he was going to sell our DVC. He won't.
I probably won't.
No, not
Right?
probably. He won't.
And no matter what I say, I'm
We
going
love
to
it.
miss Brer Fox and Brer Bear and Brer Rabbit, but I'm sure the Princess and the Frog thing will be really cool when they get it all done.
yeah.
It's
There's no denying that the show itself
Will be good.
probably very good and
Right.
awesome. It's just that it's not appropriate for what we're celebrating.
but see, that's what my point is. My point is I want to celebrate the place that I love,
Yeah.
right? I'm 10 years younger than Disney. Okay, I was born in 81. Okay. It's not 71, but I've literally been there every single decade, multiple times, for 4 decades. Like, seriously. So I want to celebrate the Disney that I was with my grandma and grandpa with. Mm-hmm. I want to remember that part of Disney, right? Because it's been 50 years. That's the key. History means something. It's important.
Yep.
Roy Disney, Walt's brother, literally stepped in and made this park happen. Disney's Enchantment doesn't tell that story at all. It doesn't tell you the blood, sweat, and tears that his brother, after he died, he kept going for his brother. And he wanted to retire. And he stepped in. Mm-hmm. And he, yes, there's a statue of him with Minnie, on a park bench right by Main Street when you walk in. But that story's not going to get told in Disney's Enchantment.
And that's sad.
We're only about corporate synergy now, right?
Yep.
We're not about things that mean something, right? Like, we can tell these human stories, these magical stories of brothers that stuck together and built this place, of the countless Imagineers and, people who've crafted these experiences, okay, to create this place that has made it for 50 years. Mm-hmm. Instead, the animation department, for some reason, which, I get it. It started as an animation studio, but not Walt Disney World. That's my issue. But anyway, we can go on and on, I guess. I guess we got to cap it at some point.
But we would be interested to know your thoughts, even if you disagree. So, let us know what you're thinking about stuff.
And listen, we hear you. We're sure the show's going to be good.
Yeah.
But that's not the point of the show.
Just to be good.
Right. I thought it was for the 50th, but maybe I'm just an idiot.
Maybe it's happy 5 years animation team.
Right. Good job, guys.
This is for you.
None of these movies have really hit big. Good job.
Some of them did. I think Disney's hit big though is a little. They hold the bar too hard. It's unless they make $1 trillion.
Well, Bob said, Bob was like, we're not putting anything in the park unless it makes $1 billion, and then that didn't happen. It stopped because they weren't making billions after Frozen 1.
Frozen
They
one.
haven't gotten back to that. So anyway, ugh. Well, I mean, Zootopia, I guess, did. I mean, there are other ones that have. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on where else? Stitcher, Deezer.
On Bajeez?
Bajeez. I don't know what that is. Check us out on Magic in the Midwest podcast.bandcamp.com. I promise next time we won't be so upset, but this time I was. So, because I'm a history guy, and I just think that history is important.
I don't think you have to give a reason.
You're right. All right, from the Midwest. See you later.